Well, that's all, folks. With the events of the recent Sunday, whatever last lingering hopes we had for this season turning out to be a success have gone by the wayside. Arizona Cardinals 26, Seattle Seahawks 20. Now, it was the thing is, this didn't all happen at once. So it's hard for me to summon up the emotion that you would expect for something like this, because this started from day one of the preseason when Matt injured the disc in his back in the first preseason game against Minnesota, when our offensive line completely broke down in the first regular season game against Buffalo. This has been an ongoing thing all year, and with each passing game we realized more and more the unfortunate truth of this whole situation. So I'm disappointed that things that this had to happen, but I don't wear it on the sleeve. I don't wear it on the sleeve like some of you guys. So the game itself, well, let's see. Offensively, really just nothing going. We couldn't run the ball with anybody at all, and that's on everybody. Nobody really stepped up in the passing game. Carlson had a couple nice catches. I think he had a drop at some point. I was happy to see Deion Branch back. He actually looked pretty good. I pretty much completely lost faith in relying on Deion Branch at this point, but if he can come back and contribute next year or the year after or whatever, that's great. Offensive line was shoddy most of the day. It was just a bad day. It was brutal. Matt threw 3 picks. I still broke out the jersey today because we still love him up here. He's still our boy, regardless of what happens. He's our quarterback. He is our quarterback. And I was happy to see him back on the field. I feel more comfortable with him in the pocket than I do with Seneca Wallace or Charlie Fry or whoever. If I have to take my chance with any of our quarterbacks right now, I'd rather take Matt. And in this instance, we lost that particular battle. We had like 4 turnovers, which was a killer. We had the fumble by Julius Jones just when we were trying to get back in the game, which was really a killer. And that's a shame because Julius was coming off a pretty good game last week, and he was starting to get his sea legs, and he was just bad this game. There's no other word for it. Again, Matt threw 3 interceptions, and they were, bad decisions. They weren't bad throws because the Cardinals had great coverage pretty much all game, but especially on those throws. But they were bad decisions, not necessarily bad throws, if that makes sense. So offensively, I don't feel anybody played particularly well, except for, I guess, TJ Duckett, because he had 2 rushing touchdowns on goal line carries, and that's what we pay him to do, and he did it. So I'll take that. Defensively, well, we got abused by Bolden and Fitzgerald and Warner, but that's expected. They abuse most of the defenses in this league. That's just the truth. Now, I don't like it, but they are some of the greatest wide receivers in the game right now. They put up huge numbers. You can't hope to stop them. You just got to contain them. Bolden and Fitz combined for, they both had over 10 receptions, 150 receiving yards. They destroyed us. Other than that, nobody else played well for the Cardinals. We shut down the run, something we've done pretty well all season. They couldn't run on us. We held the Cardinals to a lot of field goals. They would drive down near the end zone, and we held them to 4 field goals opposed to just 2 touchdowns. That was pretty sweet. we forced turnovers. We got turnovers. We had it looked like the Cardinals were going to run away with the game and be up 20-0 at the half. And then Josh Wilson makes a great play to pick a pass off and nearly takes it all the way back. Maurice Morris turns that into a touchdown. Josh Wilson later forced a fumble on Larry Fitzgerald that the Cardinals somehow recovered. And that play still going to give me nightmares because it rolled halfway across the freaking field right to Anquan Boldin. That was brutal. I mean, it's the little bounces like that sometimes in a game that decide things, and in this case, that was one of those plays. Just when it looked like, after we started to claw back into the game, at one point we were down like 19, and then we got a touchdown. It was down by 13. Mebane came up with a huge sack of Warner and forced the fumble, and we got it back. And then we scored, and we were right back in the game, all because of our defense. Our offense was hopeless all game, but our defense gave us great field position with turnovers and let us get back into the game, and I liked that. I loved to see that. Our defense stepped up. They made 2 crucial stops in the fourth quarter. They forced 3 turnovers that led to touchdowns. They got decent quarterback pressure, especially when we needed it. The only thing they did wrong was get abused by Fitzgerald and Boldin, and again, that's just the price you have to pay. That's just the way it's going to have to be. So, we came up short, obviously. Our defense gave our offense 2 chances at the end to go win the game, and we could not do it. We punted, we threw a pick on the last drive to seal the game. Frustrating, but at least we made it a game. It looked like Arizona was going to beat the crap out of us, but then we forced some key turnovers. Especially, actually one I didn't mention was Hasselbeck threw an interception in the end zone, and Dansby ran out of the end zone with it, and somebody, I can't remember who, forced a fumble that we got back on, and that saved the day for us for a while. So that was huge. That's all I gotta say, guys. And as for the rest of this season, we actually just cut Kerry Colbert. I'm glad he's out of here. I really wish we didn't trade for him. That's probably the best thing that happened this week, or last week, or whatever. But now I'm going to continue to watch the games and hope for the best every week. But in terms of the future, I'm already kind of looking forward to the draft. And wide receiver from Texas Tech, Michael Crabtree. That's the guy I'm thinking about.